Welcome and thank you for joining us on this special occasion of the first annual EIT Urban Mobility Summit. At the beginning of this year, we knew that it would be an exceptional year. 2020 was to be the first operational year of EIT Urban Mobility. So we were prepared and expecting many operational and organizational challenges while ramping up. What we didn't imagine though was that the year would turn out to be exceptional and challenging in so many different ways. The pandemic crossed many of our plans, which required face-to-face interaction of people, from launching our master skill program to real-life demos and citizen engagement. But we also saw a great capacity of our community to adapt to the new circumstances. For example, our COVID response initiative has shown that we can innovate and get new mobility solutions onto streets fast. Overall, our COVID response initiative core had an amazing response with close to 100 applications. The 11 COVID projects selected for funding went from core to demo in only 6 months. City Clean developed a new disinfectant for public transport in Barcelona. It's currently being tested in real life. First results are promising, and if successful, it can be a milestone to restore confidence and trust in public transport. Inclusive e-bike has developed and deployed 2 new types of electric rickshaw bikes in Lisbon and Bergamo, one of which for transportation of wheelchair users. City Restart, Europe's first large-scale shared taxi service supplementing public transport in Milan. And a dedicated COVID accelerator program was set up and is currently supporting 23 startups developing solutions that will help cities respond and recover from the pandemic. These are just a few examples of what our community accomplished and delivered despite the challenging circumstances. Above all, thanks to outstanding commitment and collaboration of our partners. Collaborating cross-country has been challenging, but we embraced the challenge, and going fully online actually quickly helped us to connect with the world and expand our relations despite COVID. We started our Mobility Talks webinars at the beginning of the pandemic, mainly as a way to keep in contact with the extended community. We had on average 250 participants from 30 countries, from as far away as Australia, and it turned out to be a great way to forge new connections. In terms of capacity to adapt, change and transform, cities emerged as the real superstars of the pandemic. They have proven that they will be the front runners of innovation for a climate neutral future. Globally, cities have reacted fast to protect citizens with many radical measures. Globally, 2,000 kilometers of new cycle paths were introduced, which is the distance between Rome and London. They introduced strict speed limits of 30 or even 20 kilometers per hour in city centers to ensure safety for cyclists and pedestrians. They repurposed parking spaces into dining terraces and transformed whole neighborhoods into more livable spaces. We have been given a glimpse at how cities could look like, could smell like if we had more active mobility, more space for cyclists and pedestrians, less cars, and a more equitable use of space. But we have also seen ridership on public transport decrease by 70 to 90%, and usage of private cars now actually bouncing back to pre-COVID levels or higher. What we have also seen is that COVID has accelerated some trends. During the first lockdown, 30% of Europeans living in urban areas use online shopping as the main channel for buying groceries. Already 6 weeks before Christmas, logistics providers have delivered more parcels than in the whole year of 2019. So how do we cope with this huge increase of delivery demand within cities? Another acceleration we see is in the uptake of electric vehicles. In September this year, for the first time ever in Europe, registrations of electrified vehicles overtook those of diesel cars. So we don't know exactly how and if things will bounce back after the pandemic, but I believe that we will see a lasting effect on how much we travel, why we travel, where we travel, when and how we travel. While not everybody turned into a green activist overnight, the crisis has triggered society to rethink mobility and rethink cities. And transformation is urgently needed to support the European Union's carbon reduction targets. This week, the European Union is expected to adopt the new strategy for sustainable and smart mobility and raise the target of cutting carbon emissions from 40% to 55% by 2030. Actually, Denmark this week adopted a climate law to cut emissions even by 70% by 2030. The window for change is wide open, but change will not happen just by itself. To make a permanent change towards more sustainable mobility, we have to create green mobility options that will be attractive to citizens, not only because they are good for our climate, but because they are the most economical, the most comfortable, the most healthy solution for them as well. There are many challenges that are calling for innovative solutions. How to tackle crowding and congestion of cycling and walking infrastructure and provide safe bike parking. How to create sustainable city logistics with new vehicles, business models, hub services, and solutions to manage loading and unloading zones. How can we solve the competing space demands in the public realm for mobility on one hand and green livable space on the other hand? How do we implement the appropriate charging infrastructure and load balancing solutions to cope with the accelerated uptake of electric vehicles? These are some of the challenges that the EIT Urban Mobility Innovation Community will be focusing on. To be successful, we need a strong and vivid network of partners collaborating all across Europe, across sectors and disciplines. Many new partners joined EIT Urban Mobility this year. We went from 60 partners to 230 partners who are or will be actively engaging in our activities this year and next year. We launched our first 7 regional innovation hubs in Greece, Hungary, Malta, Poland, Portugal, and Serbia. You will be able to meet them in a dedicated session tomorrow afternoon. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all new partners, as well as those of you who connect with us for the very first time here at this summit. During the summit, you will have the opportunity to network and hear of the many activities run by our partners, from education to innovation to how we support startups and scale-ups. I would like to particularly invite you to visit our exhibition area today and join our Innova City Awards ceremony tomorrow afternoon. Innova City is a global education program of EIT Urban Mobility that brings together innovators, entrepreneurs, companies, and cities to shape the future of urban mobility. Tomorrow, 4 winning teams will present their solutions for challenges posed by the cities of Munich, Barcelona, Tel Aviv-Yafo, and Helsinki. To recover from COVID and reinvent themselves, cities more than ever need the support of a vivid and innovative ecosystem around them. One of my favorite proverbs goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. In these transformational times, we have to go both fast and far. And the only way we can go is together. I would like to thank all of the distinguished speakers who will share their insights and thoughts with us during the coming days, and all of you participating and helping our urban mobility community to grow. Thank you, and I hope you will enjoy this first EIT Urban Mobility Summit.